G'day guys and welcome back to Jans_Gaming for another Dokkan Battle video. So for today's video here we're going to be going through the team building guide for the new TEQ Buuhan. So obviously the latest DFE to drop. So before we get into it, don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the team building guides that I do for all the new units that come out in EZA. So firstly, looking at the details of Buuhan, he's got a number of teams. He's Margin Buu Saga, Transformation Boost, which is one of his 170s, Artificial Life Forms, Demonic Power, Final Trump Card, Margin Power, Power Absorption, which is the other 170, Sworn Enemies, Worldwide Chaos, and Uncontrollable Power. So, as you can see there, a number of really good extreme teams to work with. For our links, we've got Margin, Big Bad Bosses, which is obviously the big one, Metamorphosis, Shocking Speed, Fear and Faith, The Wall Standing Tall, which looks wrong there, yep, and Fierce Battle. So really good link set there, and we do actually have two 7 out of 7 linking partners. So we have the STR Transforming Buu when you go into Buuhan. We can grab 7 there, and also his link set does not change when you go into the domain, into like the Super Boost. So really handy that did not change there. Jumping into our 6 linking partners, we have 1 technically, and that's the physical Buu tanks, which then transforms into Buuhan. Is always going to be better when we do have him in Buuhan status, because that means that we will have big bad bosses to work with. And as I said before, that is like the number one be all end all link for Buuhan, so having that active is going to be really, really effective there. Then we move into our 5 linking partners. So we've got a couple of Janemas listed here. We have the Int one. Now I've listed him just because at some point he will get a Super EZA, which should be fire. We've got the TEQ one, who again, is definitely due for an EZA, and that could drop at really any point. And then we've got the physical Janemba, who is an absolute monster of an extreme unit. So you'll see in the team builds that he is probably the partner that I would be running next to this Buu tanks the most. We also have Exchange Buu. When he goes into Super Buu, we get 5 links there. And also the STR Transforming Buu when he does go into Buu Piccolo. So yeah, just another option there as well. Moving on to our 4 linking partners, we've got the physical Kid Buu, who's a monster support unit that has big bad bosses as well. So definitely worth mentioning. We've got the STR Omega, who is like in Janemba, due for a Super EZA at some point. The AGL Super Buu, not my favourite unit, but a unit that a lot of people don't mind running, so could be worth throwing on a team. We've got Exchange Buu when you go into Skinny Buu. We've got the AGL Buu Piccolo, who you would think would be very likely to get his EZA during this celebration, and is a dodging support, so would be really, really helpful on the Buuhan's team, sorry. And then we've got the type support physical Super Buu as well. Then into our 3 link partners. So we got the STR Lord Slug, as I mentioned. This Buu is on Demonic Power, so that works really effectively there. We got the physical Broly trio, the AGL Fu, who is again also on Demonic Power. So it could be like a great unit just to throw on last on the team. We got the TEQ Janemba, who, as I said before, is definitely due for an EZA, and given that he has that support and good defensive mechanics, I think he could be a really good EZA to work with. In Gun, and then also the Skinny Buu. So when you're running a full Buu style team, Skinny Buu can be really effective with that dodging ability in there. So now we'll jump into the team builds, and we're going to start off with just a TEQ Buuhan team where we're rocking with the full Buu team. The handy thing with this is that unless you get the TEQ Kid Buu on that first rotation, then you will have the ability to pop the domain. So it just gives you a bit more versatility, because the domain being popped straight away is super, super effective to helping Buuhan get his extra attack. So we've got Buuhan as our lead. We've got the physical Buu tanks, physical Kid Buu, the Int Fat Buu, who, as you would have seen, isn't actually a great linking partner for TEQ Buuhan, but he does provide the Ghost Usher shenanigans. He also has a revive, which every team really wants to have. We've got the TEQ Exchange Buu. I just used the Skinny Buu picture there, and then we also have Mr. Buu, the double rainbow orb changer, who's just great on any team you can put him on. So for the rotations on this one, I'd be going with Buuhan and Boo Tanks on one rotation, with the thought process to obviously get out the other Buuhan when possible. And then I think Buuhan with physical Kid Boo for the other rotation. That'd then mean that you'd float the Int Fat Boo, the TEQ Exchange Boo, and Mr. Boo. I can definitely see a world where you want to run Exchange Boo on rotation though with Buuhan, and that could work really well. Too, you could leave him as Evil Boo and utilise that dodging, and that could be really effective. But this team is going to link up extremely well. You're going to have a number of healing links in there, so you're going to be recovering HP like there's no tomorrow. So I think this team would work really well, and this team can be easily combined with this next team. You could transition units across pretty convincingly. But the next team that we've got here is the TEQ Buuhan team, just bringing in some different styles of units. So we've got TEQ Buuhan as our lead. As I said, Physical Janemba I think is going to be one of the best partners for this Buuhan. They're just going to work really well together. And then you've got the other rotation. You could either bring someone like Boo Tanks on the last one and run him with Buuhan, but I've just gone with another extreme rotation. So we've got the TEQ Brolys here. Obviously they both fall under transformation boost, and it's just a crazy rotation. We've got the TEQ Kid Boo again the physical Kid Boo, who has the awesome support. And then just because he is going to be getting the boost, I've got Int Cell here, because I think as a big bad bosses unit that'll be valuable for links, and just the fact that he's getting that boost, I imagine he's going to be pretty insane. So I thought it'd be fun to include him here. So the rotations of this one would be TEQ Buuhan with the physical Janemba, and then the two TEQ Brolys together, floating the friend Buuhan as well as the Kid Boo and Int Cell. The handy thing here is that Int Cell can also get you that HP regen with his transformation if you do fall under 30% too. And then he becomes an absolute monster in Perfect. So I think this team would work pretty effectively as well. The next team we've got is like an uncontrollable power. I should have just called it an Int Broly team. But yeah, Int Broly, awesome leader skill for all extreme class units pretty much. So we've got Broly as our lead, we've got TEQ Buuhan, we've got Physical Janemba again. I've just gone with that double TEQ Broly rotation. An easy switch in would also be the STR Super Easy A Broly. He'd be great with the orb changing and support. And then I've got TEQ Beerus. Now, TEQ Beerus is a crazy super easy A, and as long as you got your movie bosses around on this team, which we do, he's going to be an absolute monster defensive support unit. So for this one, the rotations would pretty much just be our middle four units. You'd be going with TEQ Buuhan with Janemba again. As I said, hard to go past 5 out of 7 links active. And then the two TEQ Brolys together. I just find it easier to rock it that way, because if you run an Int Broly on rotation, you then run into the rotation where you're going to not be able to have links for your slot 3 unit. And then you're floating TEQ Beerus and the friend as well. So again, Broly's got an amazing leader skill. There's lots that you can change with this. Just depends on who you've got. So the next team we have is the STR Lord Slug team. So a team that I've been really riding. I quite like the Lord Slug lead with the demonic power and the movie bosses combination. So we've got Slug as our lead here. We've got the TEQ Buuhan, Physical Janemba again. Probably sick of seeing him, but they do just work so well together. We've got the STR Cell Max, who's just come back on another banner and featured, so a lot of people are probably getting him for the first time. And then we also have the Int Herudigun, plus TEQ Beerus again with his support. So the handy thing with this team is that we've got Slug, we've got Buuhan, we've got Herudigun, we've got the friend, we've got 4 demonic power units, so we're easily satisfying that condition for Lord Slug. And then yeah, in terms of our rotation, it would be Buuhan with Janemba, Cell with Hirudegon. So what that's going to mean is that our 3 floaters are the 2 Lord Slugs and TEQ Buuhan. All 3 of those are movie bosses units. So that means we're never going to run into a situation where the Cell Max doesn't have his passive active. So I think this team will be super, super effective. The one tough thing will be that not as many people have summoned for Lord Slug. But if you do have him, I think this team will absolutely cook. And so, yes, so that's the team building guide, guys. Personally, I honestly do think that this probably is my favourite team build. Being able to get Cell Max in there is a monster. Obviously, in Broly's team is also insane because you've just got so many extreme class options. And then, yeah, TEQ Buuhan, as I said, you combine 2 of these teams together based on what units you do and don't have. Transformation boost is just such a huge category that no matter what you do with Buuhan, you're going to be able to put together some really good rotations. And not to mention, you've also got the AGL Broly, who you could run for the transformation boost lead as well, if you wanted to include Buuhan on that team with like a Boo Tank style of build. Yeah, plenty of options with this Buuhan. So let me know your thoughts on the team builds down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to keep up with the content, and hopefully I'll catch you all on the next video.